So I'm back here at Ronin Chamonix with Jonno, and we're going to finish building my set of skis today. So it's basically the final touches, right?
Exactly.
So talk me through the last few steps before I can go and ski these skis.
Okay. So we left your skis in the press, under heat and pressure, let them cool down really slowly. We're now going to pull them out. We're going to use a bandsaw to trim away all the flash and actually bring out the shape of that ski. We then will start our finishing touches. So we're going to sand the tip and tail, we're going to bevel the side walls, and then do some more sanding work before finally marking boot center for you, and then putting the information of like what model we've built for you, and then a special engraving on the side of the skis for you.
Yeah, so stick around for that special engraving later. So one thing I noticed when I was editing the other video was that we didn't really talk about the wood core and kind of where you get it from.
So I buy my ultralight cores from a Swiss supplier, and they specialize in sustainable technology, whether it is the flaps that we used in your skis or more sustainable wood and ultra lightweight cores. So I buy a blank from them, and what we missed out on in that part was I need to attach the sidewalls, the bamboo, to that core at least 24 hours before you arrive, hence the reason that we didn't film that.
So now skis are in the press, time to pull them out and finish them up.
This, and you want to be...
Okay, well that was
enthusiastic, Paul.
So let you roll. Should I roll this one up?
Yep, that'd be great, thanks Dave.
This is like the big reveal.
Exactly.
It's going to look like one giant Ronin ski.
You wanted a mono ski, didn't you?
Yeah. Oh yeah. Oh wow. So there's my skis basically, but they're kind of looking a little bit like one ski at the moment. So I guess the first thing is to cut them in half and then trim them around and make them look more like two pairs, or a pair of skis, I should say.
Exactly.
For some reason I just got really nervous because I have to like now put these skis through a bandsaw, and Jonno was saying everybody gets nervous at this stage.
Everyone gets nervous, like we're really nervous around now. And the reality is I'm going to guide your hands through the whole process, and I'll make sure that you don't ruin your skis, but yeah, it makes sense.
Okay, well, as long as, you know, as long as we can't mess it up, that's fine. So now this corner. So just trimmed the first edge. Yeah, it's looking good. That was kind of scary, but yeah, I'm pretty happy with the result. So just 3 more edges to go, and then the skis are pretty much looking like skis, apart from the final touches.
Not bad for a YouTuber.
Thanks, Jonno.
It looks great.
So we've got something that resembles a pair of skis now, which is awesome. Now we're gonna bevel the edges so that it's not a flat vertical sidewall. No, we have to do some sanding.
First we're going to sand tip and tail, smooth them out, bring out that nice pintail that we want. It's going to help us in powder, breakable crust, mixed conditions. Then we'll start beveling the sidewalls.
Nice. So we've just sanded the tips and tails down. Now we're going to use this routing machine here just to bevel the edges of the skis so that the side walls are kind of leaning in at a little bit of an angle, right? Can you say it better than that?
No, you nailed it.
Okay.
Nice work, dude. So basically at this point we're far enough along that you can't destroy your skis.
That's good. That's good to hear, because there was some pretty stressful moments in that. So
Felt touch and go?
yeah.
Nah, you had it the whole time.
So final touches here, and then we're going to take them over to a ski servicing place, and then we're going to do the final touches on the sort of base and edges, right? So last little bits here, and then yeah, nearly done. Exciting! Woo, woo, woo.
So at the moment we've got a perfectly straight edge after the bevel, and the only problem with the sandwich construction is that your composite layer finishes at the end of the ski. It's carbon fiber, which is fragile. So what I'd like to do is I'd like to bevel it back even further to make sure that when you cross your tips you don't chip the material. And so we're going to run a 45-degree sand line through there, and then after that, once that's removed, we'll then sand it slowly into the sidewall to create aesthetic lines. We're all about aesthetics at Ronin. You've done good. They look great.
Yeah, they do. I'm actually really stoked with how they look. So this is like the final step before we go to the ski tech and do the base and edge grind.
We've gone through everything. We're going to mark up boot center for you in the bamboo sidewalls, and maybe a little bit of hand sanding just to clean up the sides, but it's only aesthetics.
Terrible, terrible.
How are you feeling about it?
Yeah, it's like just every time I do one of these little steps, I'm like, don't mess it up, because you don't want to look at that thing that you've just done for the next few years all the time. So yeah, it's very exciting though. I'm really looking forward to peeling off this protective sheet that's on top, but Jonno won't let me do that until we go to finish the base and edges. So that's like the last step. We keep saying it's the last step, but what's the next last step? So hand sanding, etch my little message on the side, and then off to the ski tech to do the base grind and do the edges, bindings, skins, go skiing.
Send it.
Send it. So, Jonno, tell me about these skis.
This is pretty fun. These are for JK from Jamiroquai.
Jamiroquai, you remember that guy from the 90s?
Oh yeah.
These are his skis. That's sick.
It is pretty sick, actually.
What do we do now?
What's our last step?
What's the penultimate step?
You've done good. Finished up nicely. We are now going to head off to the store, get the bases ground, edges finely tuned, and then
I can peel the piece of plastic off that I wanted to peel. There's the reason it doesn't look quite as beautiful as it could. It's got a piece of plastic covering the top sheet. So that's the final ASMR step. Thanks, man. It's been really fun being in this workshop. So let's go over there. Let's finish these off, and then let's go skiing.
absolute pleasure. Thanks for joining me, dude.
Yeah.
So, how to make a perfect Ronin skis? The first thing is to get Ronin skis. So the thing is, when they come from Jonno, from the factory, you can find it just out for the press. You gotta hold the glue, the things, the dirty things. So the first step is to use this sanding machine as long as we need to take it off everywhere, and also to take it off and look the sole really flat as possible. After, we're gonna pass everything in that wonderful machine, which is a new generation of Wintersteiger Jupiter. So first, after the sanding things, we have a special program with like straight structure, just to sand the sole perfectly and to make it flat, totally flat. Next step, we pass the ski for the bevel, because when you make it flat, for sure the stone grab the edges, and if the stone grab the edges, I can't give you the ski like this because it's impossible for you to turn at all. So after we did the bevel, I did a special program for Jonno, which is with a special structure to make it to give to the ski the perfect slide. So normally, if I work correctly, you're gonna have those kind of structure under your skis. And after, you can fly up the snow. That's wonderful.
Nice,
also,
man.
when we get out from the machine, we just break the edges, same thing, to make the entering curve easily. Same thing on the back to get out of the curve easily, and hot waxing, and after, just enjoy the ride.
So we're just finishing up a sick day here at Skyway. We had 3 laps in really good snow. Basically, it's been a few weeks since I built these skis. So I've skied them a few days now on a variety of conditions: hard snow, piste, off-piste, powder, and I've been super impressed with these skis. I'm actually really stoked on these. So much so that I'm considering getting the 116, which is the bigger version of this. As you can see, I have the 80k Free Raider 15 Evo on here, which is, I think, the perfect binding for this ski. It keeps the weight down, but it also makes this ski kind of come alive. One of the things that really surprised me about this ski was how light it was when I put the binding on. I can't remember the exact number, but I'm just going to show a little image of how much it weighs now. I got some Pomica skins for these, so yeah, generally this is just like my go-to setup for skiing around Chamonix when we've got like soft conditions. If you're interested in building some, then make sure you go to Jonno's website. I'll leave a link for it down in the description. Go and have a conversation with him. It's really fun to come to Chamonix and do it in person if you can, but also you can just buy the skis directly and he can ship them to you. Either or, you're going to end up with a really good ski that's good and sustainable as well. That's one of the key things with these skis. The way that he's produced these, they are, I think, more environmentally conscious than a lot of other skis that are out there. So hopefully you enjoyed that video series. If you did, make sure you give it a thumbs up. There's more content on the way, and also if you've got any ideas about things you want to see on my channel, then feel free to leave me a comment down below. Thanks very much for watching. I'll see you next time.